Early June, police pursuits, the initiative will become law. What will change in Thurston County the day that happens?
I cannot speak for the other agencies in Thurston County, but we have already basically finished our draft policy. So right now our draft policy is being finished, and we are basically what I did was I called together our driver instructors, our firearm instructors, our defensive tactics, our patrol tactics, and our county attorney to get together and figure out, hey, what should our policy look like? And so we're going to go back to pursuing anything that's a law violation. So that includes traffic issues, warrants, violent crime, property crime. And the biggest change that you're going to see, because that new law, it keeps talking about needing to end the pursuit as soon as possible. One thing that we're going to be doing a lot different than what you're probably going to see other agencies is that our deputies will no longer need permission to conduct a pit maneuver. Our policy says they need permission. So they will no longer need permission, and there's no longer a speed associated to how fast they can pit.
Gotcha.
Instead, what we're going to do is say, hey, we're going to work on the training side of things to get people trained up and understanding the pit maneuver better and the physics and the science behind it. But really what they need to be doing is applying the case law, the Graham v. Connor factors of, the risk of the crime or the severity of the crime. Are they actively fleeing, and those kinds of things. So we're going to be working on getting that together because I want these deputies removing these cars as soon as possible from the roadway.
So you steal a car in Thurston County, you're going to chase them if they drive away.
Correct.
When that goes into effect, what's the ripple effect there on public safety?
I think the long-term ripple effects, as a sheriff's office, when I was a deputy, before the laws changed, people knew that we would chase the wheels off you. And I would say, if you really, did a ton of traffic stops and were out there being proactive in Thurston County, you'd maybe find a pursuit a week at best. Maybe every 2 weeks. And now you're seeing, every night there's about 5 to 10 cars that are fleeing Thurston in just Thurston County, which is, a couple 1,000% increase.
Insane.
It is crazy. It's crazy. And I had a county commissioner with me, and we went to go stop a car, and it's a stolen car that's shoplifting, and it flees. And she's like, "What are we doing?" And I'm like, "It's gone." And she's like, "Well, what do you mean?" I'm like, "The law says that we can't chase it." She's like, "But it's stolen. That's a felony crime." And I'm like, "Exactly.
Yes, you should tell." But what I mean also is what those cars are being used to do, like smash and grabs, like getaway vehicles for armed robberies. Do you expect to see some of those serious felony crimes drop because you're able to crack down on stolen vehicles?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Not at first. I think June to December is going to be a mess. I think it's going to be a mess. People are going to be running still, and they're going to be testing the water. And, the thing that some of the legislators have correctly brought up is that not every agency is going to go back to their own
SPD,
policy.
Bellevue.
Yeah, the Tacoma, they're all going to have restrictive policies because it is a little more dangerous. But I think for our perspective, that it's going to be a mess here for a little bit. There's going to be just a ton of cars running, and we're going to have to do a good job of weighing that risk and reward. But I think as we slowly chip away at that cancer, that mentality of I can just do whatever I want, I think we will start to see big improvement, in my opinion, particularly in homicide. A lot of stolen cars, a lot of additional crimes being committed in this lawlessness type setting that lead to homicide. Also in traffic fatalities. I think we're actually going to see traffic fatalities plateau because, as you know, over the last 3 years, they are exploding. The traffic fatality stuff is.